so we've got our guitar strings on now, we've got our string guides in place, everything's set up. There shouldn't be anything left in your bag except a couple of Allen keys. That bigger one there, as I said, is for the truss rod. The smaller one is for the saddle bridges, and then there's your guitar lead. That should be all you've got left in the bag. So we need to set up the action of the guitar. The action is the distance the strings are from the fretboard. That makes a good action, makes the guitar playable and nice to play. You don't want to have it too high and sort of pressing down on the way. You don't want to have it too low where the string buzzes against the frets. So that's quite an art form, and it needs a bit of practice, but we'll run you through the basics of that now. So what we can do is play with the action. Now to do that we need to work with the saddles down over the bridge. The neck itself we can do a little bit of adjusting with the truss rod, which we'll get into in another video. And even if the neck's really out of place, you can actually start talking about shims underneath the bolt-on neck to actually move the neck like that or like that. But this one looks pretty good, so I think we should be right. So let's go on and we'll have a look at the neck. Okay, now to set up your guitar properly, you're going to need a couple of things. You're going to need a good tuner. That's my trusty Korg AT2, which I've had for about 20 years. And that's your guitar lead that came with the guitar. So let's just plug it in, and we'll see if we can just roughly tune up the strings. They don't have to be perfect, we just want to get them to tension. So we'll plug this guitar in. One end to the output jack, one end to the input of the tuner. We'll turn that on, and we'll just start tuning up. Oh, we need volume. There we go. And look at that, it's almost spot on. There you go, that'll do. We don't, as I say, we don't need to be precise here. We're just getting it roughly to tension. It's about a B, so G. There's your G. And there's roughly your E string. Alright, so the strings are roughly to pitch, and that's good enough just to check the action. What we want to do is first we'll unplug that, turn off the tuner, and we just want to run up the strings, or run down. I'll start with the D string. We just want to run down the frets and see if we get any buzzing. Ah, there you go. So that note there, which is on the 9th fret, is buzzing. Okay, so the 9th, a bit on the 8th, not so much on the 7th. So that means the string is too low to the fretboard. Well, let's just have a look at the others and see if we get the same sort of thing. That's the top E. Ah, there you go. Same fret. Yep. So we're getting a bit of buzz over this 9th fret. So what that means is we need to raise the action of the guitar a bit. And if I have a look at the guitar, I don't know if you can see that, the action is pretty low. So raising that a little bit is not going to hurt the playability of the guitar. Another thing to do is have a look down the neck. Now see how straight that is. If that was curved at all, we might want to start playing with the truss rod, but I'm pretty happy with that. I think for a guitar that costs $150, that's pretty impressive. And I quite like that. So I'm not going to play with the truss rod yet. I just need to raise the saddles a bit. Now these saddles here, I'll bring that in. There's 3 saddles, and they have 2 grooves each for the 6 strings. And this small Allen key here is the tool you need to raise and lower that. So really, we just need to raise these saddles just a couple of turns each. So you just put the Allen key in, and there's one. I'll do 1 turn, see how that goes. Okay, we've played around with those saddles for a while now, and I think I've got it pretty good. I'll try again on the 12th fret. And the 9th. still a little bit of buzz, but I'm actually not too fussed about that. What I'm going to do is run with that for a while and wait till the neck settles in. 'Cause now remember that this is the first time the neck's had strings on it. So what we might need to do is just play it for a while and just see if that neck sort of sits in place itself. And if not, we can actually start playing with the truss rod. And as the neck is really straight now, we can actually put a bit of a reverse bow in it, very slightly. You wouldn't even notice it by sight, but that'll just bring that action down in the middle of the neck, which is where we want it. So it's fine up here. But down in the middle on the ninth here, it's still a little bit buzzy. But I'm quite happy with that. I'll just play the guitar for a while and wait till that neck settles down a bit. So I think we're good to go with the action. The last step we need to do is what we call the intonation.